All right, there we go. I think we're streaming. So what do we got here on board? We are the index opened right at the weekly open as we expect, or I don't know if we expected, but as was kind of in the realm of possibility. See if we can share this out. Kind of a slow starting day here today. I was in that oil trade there, but got out of it because I wasn't sure on the pullback there. Waiting for the market to calm down a little bit. So what do we have here? Well, it looks like right at the weekly open. Right at the weekly open, I should say. So as you can see, there is a little bit of messy chart. So we'll see if we can clean this up a bit. So the index is working on actually holding the weekly open. I'm still looking around that 12,150 area to be a seller on the NQ. So maybe a little bit higher. I guess you could say, actually, it'll be interesting to see if this holds the weekly open. That's actually what we're watching for right here. Hey, good morning, Xgilix or Xskills. Good morning, if it is morning where you're at. Just did a few light trading here in the morning. Probably should maybe try to get into an entry here on the long side here on the NQ. We do have a kind of a level right around here, right around 117. Does look like it's going to probably impulse up before it goes down, so that might not work there. We do have oil did hit a level. Filled. Let's see if we actually can ride that up there. So I'm in one oil position here, CL. A little bit against the grain there on the oil trade there, CL. Russell, I'm looking to sell above this high. Don't know about actually buying right there, or actually, I'm not quite sure on that. So we can tighten up this oil trade here, meaning just give it not much room because it is at a reactionary. I entered that a little bit late. So hopefully I don't get knocked out on that CL trade and it rises up. There we go. One lot in CL, just starting off a little bit slow. I like to start my day slow. Good. How are you doing? How's everybody doing? Good to have everybody here. Feeling great. Starting to recover from my treatment, so that's always good. It's always a positive thing. So chart 2, I would say, well, there's no guiding chart right now.
Stop filled.
I would say probably chart 2. Chart 4 is the one that I'd be watching. They've got a key level there right around 149, so it's trying to get there. Did get knocked out of that CL trade. I don't see anything as far as, well, everything is, well, NQ is momentum long. So, and an open at the week open. So I would assume that it's either gonna rip up above the week open there, which it's doing. I'm really watching what's happening around 148. So 148 is kind of the key level. So, it can either sell off right around 148 or go and test 148 and continue upward. I'd like to be part of that move, but obviously I'm not part of that move right now. So there we are, right around here. Why is it not sharing my, oh, that's why, because it's not color coded. I don't know. So there we go. I mean, it's pretty obvious 5-minute level there too. Should have rode that up. Should have at least done a participation trade there, but did not. I think oil, CL, I think. So it might be just an overshoot on the 60-minute on CL as far as it lost bias and momentum here overnight. But on the second chart, chart 4 actually, it's starting to hold some levels. So the question on this NQ trade here is this going to be a double top kind of situation? So that's really kind of the question. Yeah, I agree. NinjaTrader Shark 144 is going to be a tough area. That's, you know, kind of my core area there is right around. I mean, the problem is selling right now. Yeah, see, it would have been nice to be on that. So maybe one more impulse up, I would sell, possibly.
Order filled.
See if that's a little early. Might be a little early. Yep. Just guessing there. That's a raw guess. So it did not get a counter signal yet. So just more of seeing, okay, we do expect a reaction there, but about to get the counter signal possibly. Nope. Yep.
Stop filled.
There we go. Well, let's see where we're going to short this thing. That's what I'm waiting for. Should have been long. Let's see where it's going to go. I mean, we do have a level right around 232 if it hits that, but that's pretty up there. I think we at least try to get into some kind of momentum pullback here, back at the key. Don't want to be too aggressive because it's still figuring out whether or not it wants to rip up to that point. I need to be able to see my other chart. So here we go. Yeah, it should have been long there. Should have followed that along. So we do have CL at another level. Actually, I'd really like to sell oil or CL right around here. So I'm going to put some entries right around 7752. It's kind of chart 3. Do have a level to trade against here. On that sell-off there. I am down for the day. Down $100. Started the day slow. Still trying to recover a little bit from treatment, so. That is an interesting area here on the chart. All right, now we'll see if this actually is going to rip up, pick us up, or am I going to have to get in
Order
here?
filled.
Got in a little early. Let's see if that works out. It might just continue up. Might just, yeah. So I'm trading against that one level. I mean, obviously we've got this high here. I want to see a deeper pullback.
Order filled.
Might have been kind of the opportunity to go long too. That's what I have to look out for. Yeah, probably was
Order
the opportunity to go long there. All right, picked up on the CL, that CL trade. So I'm in.
Order filled.
Ooh.
Order filled.
There we go. All right, up a little bit on CL. Don't like the way that this sell-off on NQ is behaving, but it is what it is. Ooh, CL's not selling off right there. It's looking to kind of hold that.
Order filled.
So I got out of that. Maybe a little bit higher, maybe 7796 and 7908 for the CL trade there. Ooh. Let's see if the NQ is going to continue to sell off, or is it going to use that level there to rip back up. It's kind of on the bubble. There we go.
Order filled.
Took a little bit off. I mean, I'm really fading the momentum here, so I want to have my stops pretty tight. Yeah.
Stop filled.
At least I'm positive almost. Go down. Should have held that. So the CL, it's on the bubble there, whether or not it's going to sell off here. But I kind of like the range a little bit higher. So I think we're looking at right there. That's probably better where we're at. 78.22 is our first area. All right. Now let me focus here and see what the NQ is doing. The NQ's, on the 5. I don't know. Looks like it's going to sell off, but also it could just continue up. It could just be a momentum long day. I don't see the long side here. I don't want to go heavy long, and I don't want to go heavy short at this range. So we look at the internals. So we haven't looked at the market internals. Let's look at the ND of the VWAP. We are above the zero line on the advancing up volume, down volume. So I'd anticipate probably around this area is where we'd want to first look for an opportunity to sell. It's kind of what we would probably look for. So let's do that.
Order filled.
All right. This fade has maybe room down to the 5.2 level, maybe, if it sells off. I mean, it's
order filled.
Just getting out of things quick because they're just not. Yeah, I would say, well, 225 is an important level. Would I say 225 is an important level? Well, let me look. Yeah, around 227. I would say between 227 and 240. So if it gets up to 258, I'll sell heavy. So the NQ really is 258, sell heavy if it gets up there. I mean, it looks like it wants to go there. So that's kind of where I'm at on the NQ. I should have went long there on that pullback. I don't know what the heck I was thinking there. I missed that trade. What the heck, man? All right, need to focus. GC, I don't see a trade. The Ready, I'm still waiting for that upside sell there, area there. So we're still waiting for that sell zone up there. Did that just get a tick? Oh, I did not get picked up on the Russell trade there. It just barely a tick. I just missed it by a tick. That's annoying. I hate when that happens. Yeah, so to me, the zone that we're watching is at 149 or so. Probably should be long into this. So did not get picked up on a long there. But we do have the 1 hour breaking out a bit. So, you got the next one. You got the next kind of reaction zone around 210. That should have been long there. So annoying. So annoying. almost want to guess here that this is a good turn area. Jeez. It is reaching.
Order filled. Order filled.
It is reaching. Ooh. See if we can do a quick fade on that. Yeah. I mean, the buyers are stepping up. You know, they recaptured the weekly open, so now it's just a matter of this if this is going to pull back deeper for a weekly open test, and is it going to give me an opportunity to make a profit here? Is it going to come up and take me out here? Yeah, use the momentum indicator.
Order filled.
See if that was the right move there, or is it going to impulse up one more time? Looks like it's going to impulse up one more time, so let's move these up. Looks like it's going to impulse one more time. Maybe not. Will it get down to here? That's the question. We'll get down to 185. No. I'm using chart 3 as my control here, everybody. So members, I'm doing a early fade. Don't have the counter signal yet. So, but I'm using chart 3 obviously as my, not obviously, but I'm using chart 3 as my signal chart. So we'll see if it looks like it's still going to hold that momentum right around 192. So we'll see if it does. Yeah, looks like it is. It's again no counter signal, so I am trading around a reaction zone, but and it could just rip down, but also it is around 9 o'clock, so it might, you know, we're about the first half hour of trading, so kind of want to watch the volatility a bit. It's going to just rip up here. Yeah. In the wrong side of this trade here. I should have been long. Got a level there. Trading against. Watching chart 2 pretty closely. That's really what I'm watching. There we go. Now it's going to use this level right here to probably maybe rise up. I'm going to get out.
Order filled.
Might continue to sell off, but at the same time, it's at a reaction zone, and we're right around the 9 o'clock hour. So I just don't want to get caught on the wrong side of a rip up. Now I probably should look at going long right around here, right around the 172 area. Do have an extension there. Would have been nice to stay in this trade a little bit longer, but I just didn't like the way it was behaving. We do have a strong, kind of a strong level around 151 that if it does pull back to. So, and CL selling off a little bit, not picked up on the Russell, not picked up on anything else. Should have stayed in that a little bit longer, that sell off, but it is maybe potentially crossing here. We do have something we do have another level now. So we do have something that we can trade against, which is the that area right there, 197. That's a level we can trade against now. So let's see the both sides of the market. Both sides of the market, I would say we got a weak level there. We got a strong level down here. So members, we got a strong level at 120 on the NQ, and then we got a weak level right around 151, and then a strong level right around 197. So that's using chart 4. So, you know, it does look like it's going to sell off. Should probably join.
Order filled.
See if we can participate in this move. But not get too aggressive because it is maybe on an overshoot area. Yeah. It's the problem. It's like on an overshoot area. So it might overshoot or it might actually...
Order filled.
I'll trade against the level. This area doesn't really merit large positions just because where it's at. So,
Order filled.
whoa, there we go.
Order filled.
All right. Is there a news event? I did check, but I don't remember. But that is maybe the 9 o'clock volatility we were looking for. Up about 367 now. PMI 945 report. And then we got the ISM index. Oh, look at that. I should have stayed in that short. So let's not get too aggressive on the long side. Let's stay down here. So, I mean, this would probably be the first area right around 147 that I'd maybe want to enter. So let's do 3 lots there at 147. Question is now, with that volatility up there top, is that the start of the sell-off? That's going to pull back deeper, maybe do a weekly open test to look at the internals, see what it tells us. Freaking Edge asks me every single day if I want to make it my default browser. And every single day I tell it no. All right, so once again, if you're just new, how does this guy not know there's news? Wow, I know that's pretty funny, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty funny. I checked earlier. It is pretty crazy, huh? Let's see if we can actually catch this move up. Will it pick us up? Want to start trading at size here now that I've kind of got a feel for the market. Don't have anything
Order
here
filled.
that... Ooh, look at that. You can do it. You got the strength.
Order filled.
Ooh. Nope.
Order filled.
All right, that's it. I'm mad now. Time to focus. Okay. We got the first level here at 150. Might use that level right there. It is a momentum check on chart 4. So the question is that momentum check going to hold? I think it might.
Order filled.
We'll see if that momentum check holds. Just one lot, one baby little lot. It's not going to hold, is it? Nope.
Stop filled.
Didn't hold. So we do have a pullback there back to potentially the momentum check there in the 5. So should have stayed with that sell. So we do have the petroleum report in about a half hour. So I should move my entries up here, probably right around 78.59. Oh, look at that. It did use that level. Now it's a matter of can we trade against that level?
Order filled.
That's a question. toying with these little one positions until I get a good feel of a direction I want to trade. Don't have my Stream Deck down here, so basically I can't use my hotkeys. Yeah.
Stop field.
All right.
Order filled.
Trade against this level, see if this holds up. Trading against the lower level that held, but we'll see. Want to be in larger than 1 there if it's going to rip up, but it's also not the best entry area. The best entry area is down to 151. I don't see anything else that I want to get in on yet. Russell did sell off in my zone. I missed that entry by a tick. That sucks. Gold is pulling back to the RDA test. So there might be a gold trade here right around 1843. See that pullback? Probably need to be deeper than that. So it'll need to be down here. Trading off chart 1 as the control. So scaling a little early there. In the off chance that it uses this level. But it doesn't look like it's going to use this level at 147. But that's what I'm scaling in as. Might be a deeper pullback here too. So I got to watch out for that. Might have to trade myself out of this trade. Who knows?
Order filled.
Yep.
Order filled.
All right.
Order filled.
Didn't enter as much as I wanted to down there.
Order filled.
Just did not like that. All right. Hit the first zone, but now I'm going to go around the 118 level. That's our next zone. Might find support down here on the buy side, but it's also switched momentum. So really the sell is right around here, right around 166, 158. A little bit aggressive there. So probably right around 162. Might just pull off from here, but it's kind of switched over. The question is the index going to do another weekly test around 110? That's really the question. We do have gold hitting a kind of a key level here. So we'll look and see. We'll watch that and see if it's actually going to pull back here. I mean, this would be the first entry on gold here. So I think we'll do join the bid there.
Order filled.
And then really down below at the 840 level is really where we'd want to look for an entry. So we're in one position in gold there, going long. Then we've got other entries down here for potential pullback there, deeper. It's at a key level on the golden time frame, chart 3. It's doing an RDA check. So number one, the first entry is right around the RDA. Our other entries are for RDA, what is it? An overshoot of the RDA, I should say. The Russell's kind of hit in an area where it's maybe stalling. Missed the sell there. Don't like the buy there. But it is at a 60-minute area where it's kind of important. Now the question is here on this NQ trade, is it going to sell off there? See if we can get into an entry here.
Order filled.
But not get too aggressive. Yeah. Hopefully this isn't like yesterday morning where I was like just having a hard time reading the market and just stuck between that 300 to 1,000 mark. And then I did the end of the day about 7,000, which is not bad for getting over chemo treatment and everything. So I'm okay with the day that I had. I wanted to end it above 10, but you know, take what the market can give you. Keep selling off, dude. You can do it. You got it. You got the strength. Bam. So were you trolling me there, Mr. Music, dude? Was that a troll comment? How does this guy not know there's news? Grand Sing Music? I'm just wondering if that's a troll comment or you were just kind of kidding. I mean, I don't care either way. I mean, I do care, but I mean, like, if you're trolling, it doesn't bother me at all. Oh, look at that. I'm on the wrong side of this NQ trade, and it looks like it might be using that area there to kind of maintain. Ah, sucks. Yeah, this is so is it gonna, it's that level right there, right around 149, 148. And
Stop filled.
with GC, yeah. Ah, dude, I'm doing another day where I'm basically just bouncing pant because I'm not. All right, let me focus. Let me just stop playing around here. I need to get some music, I guess. To play some music in my headset so I can focus, get refocused. Up on GC, I think that's going to pull back again. So that's why I've kind of got the trailing stop where I do. I should almost just get out of that right there because it is a reaction zone. But we'll see. Now in the NQ, obviously now it's recaptured momentum. You know, it did that perfect momentum check. So I need to really look at the stair-step structure here. And kind of
Order
trade off
filled.
the stair-step structure. That's like a tongue twister, whatever the hell that is. All right, let me play some music so I can focus. All right, so it looks like we're momentum long up to the next level on the NQ. Looking at the stair-step structure on chart 2. Chart 2 would be kind of a control that you would want to trade against. We do see the, I'm going to get out of GC there.
Order filled.
And then we're going to maybe look for an additional entry down below at 1842. I'd like to see an overshoot of the RDA, but it might hold up there. So we don't know that yet. We do have on the NQ looking to go long up to the next level at least. The next strong level is right around 198, and then we've got another level now, a weak level at 130. So we got something to trade against there at 130 at least. That's kind of like the tag. Is it going to pull back and tag that level right now is my question. That's why I'm not getting heavy on the long side yet, because it might pull back and tag that 130 level and then go back up. That's a little bit of an overshoot of the 5-minute momentum, so we probably wouldn't want to see that. It's not something we'd want to see on the chart, but we do see a little bit of a rise here. We'll see if we can get picked up on a pullback to momentum here in chart 2. We do have a relatively weak level there. So now if it holds above 170, it's probably going to rip up and take out 200. That's the way I read the chart right now on the NQ. GC, I should have stayed in GC a little bit longer. It is continuing up. That was the first RDA test, so what I probably could do on this GC here is sell right around here, right around 1850.06 and 1850.3. We are up on one lot, only one lot on the NQ. Man, we're ballers. New Music Friday. Let's see if there's anything good today. Oh, man. I should have been heavier on that NQ trade, but I was not. Hell no, son. Oh. I don't like country, dude. Keep going. Cancel the bids. Riding one lot up. All right, I'll ride one lot up, fine. Riding one lot up. I should have, the 5 minute should have been the control there. So, 5 minute should have been control. So now the question is, will I be knocked out here on the vol here at the level? But I think we'll give it a little bit of room. Maybe we can turn this one lot into a $1,000 trade. Like I said, I'm recovering from treatment, so I'm still kind of trading a little bit slow. Just got to get the water out of my head. Can't really explain it. There we go. Should have been. All right, so where are we looking to sell? That's the question. Where are we fitting to sell? We are fitting to sell above anything above 250. We'll start looking for a sell opportunity. So 250, we'll be looking for a sell opportunity. If it gets up there. $250. NQ 250 above sell. We look at the daily time frame to see what the daily's telling us. I haven't pulled up crypto yet today, so I will get into crypto here once the market calms down a little bit. All right, look at that. It is trying to recapture. It's actually 261. 261 is that area. 261. So really, you got to plan to scale into 261 to
Stop
280.
field.
Scale in. Was taken out of that, up about $900. One lot. That's what happens when you ride one lot up. GC did sell off at the RDA, so I might be a little aggressive on that sell. So I'm going to add
Order filled.
a market entry, and then I'm going to go in at 1848.3 and on sell. We're going to put some trailing stops up in there. See if we can trail that down to 1840 deuce. We don't die, we multiply. All right. Stay focused. Make sure I'm prepared for the 9:30 drop of, I believe it is 9:30, right? Petroleum status report at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So need to be prepared for that move. So probably just want one lot in there. Just let it sit there. So now the question is, the NQ going to pull back down to, it's got a new level, new upside level, which is right around 1204, or 204, sorry, my bad, 204. Will it pull back down to this other previous level? That's where we would probably want to enter a trade, right around 168. So 168 is probably where we want to re-enter a trade if it does pull back to. I don't want to trade to that because that's a fade. It's a pretty aggressive fade. So GC, will we be picked up on this other position here? And will it sell off is the question. It is an RDA check, so I probably should be right around the level. Get rid of these. These are invalid at the 1850s. All right. So we're in nothing right now. Well, we are in GC in a sell, one lot. We're looking for that to kind of come down to 1842. For an overshoot of the RDA, we do have a level actually on GC that is probably going to, that I'd like to see it test. That level on GC would be 1835. So that would be a strong level test, chart 4 on GC. We'll see if that's where it's going. but we got another. Why is the black gold not gold? There we go. So GC, we're looking for. Let's zoom in. Yeah. That was almost a perfect momentum test there. Now the NQ, is it going to hold up? We can see
Order
we're not
filled.
going to give it a lot of room here. I'll give it a room to maybe lose $50 here, but not enough. So now we're trying to ride the NQ up for another push up, but not going to give it much room to pull back. So it is at a momentum check. Needs to hold up right here. Literally needs to hold up right here. Needs to rip up right here if it's going to rip. There we go. All right, keep ripping, dude. Seriously, you're going to stop? All that effort, you're going to stop. I'm not going to give it much room. Yeah.
Stop filled.
All right. Gave it an opportunity to move. It didn't move. GC is starting to come back up to test that level. So that's the question. Is it going to be an overshoot? Still want to see that level of GC tested down to the 1836. So that's kind of what we're looking for there. Now the question with the NQ, is it going to do a deeper pullback? Is it going to pull back down to 179? It's on the bubble, so if I was aggressively trading, I'd be short that right now, but I'm just not in the mood to aggressively trade today. Yeah. Starting off slow like yesterday. Next week, once I'm kind of like, I get the weekend to recover, then my mind is like normal. My mind is still kind of a little foggy. So, still short on the GC trade there. So, on one lot, we didn't get picked up on the second one. So, we'll see how that's going to work out. We're getting close to the petroleum reports. I probably want to tighten up anything that I have in the market and not be too aggressive, just in case for whatever reason there's some kind of super surprise. So I don't like the fact that this GC trade is not selling off. Let's make sure. Should I get out of this GC trade is the question. Is it going to test? The question on the GC trade, is it going to test that lower level? That's the question. Is it going to test that strong level on chart 4? Or is it going to not let me draw that level? There we go. Why is it not drawing on the chart? There it is. That's the strong level, 1836. Ah, look at that. NQ did rise up.
Order
Not
filled.
part of that move. A little upset about that whole situation.
Stop filled.
Yeah. Didn't turn where I wanted to. So this GC trade is, once again, it's coming off an RDA check. So I'm expecting maybe a double RDA check there, but I'm also trading heavy against momentum and bias there. So, but we got the strong level above right around 1855. So maybe I shouldn't be that aggressive. Be up there. All right. Missed that move on the NQ. So is this going to ramp up to the next level? That's the question. Getting closer to the 9:30 time, so I want to just be a little careful for the first hour of the close. All right. OR close about to happen. OR close is about to happen, so just explain. Just increase vol. Looking for a time. So just expect increased vol here. Yeah, market held daily 5 SMA, reading back for the 20 SMA on daily, so I'm holding for Globe's range high. Yeah. You know, it's about to hit kind of a key level up here too, or yeah. Should have been long into that move though. Everything's moving up. Everything's moving up. So something's got to diverge here. Not everything. I'm just saying the 4 charts that I'm watching, all of them are moving up. So something's got to diverge here. So let's see if we can find the divergence. CL's about to hit an area, but we're about to get news on that. So I'm happy being around 79.08. It's probably where I want to be for a rip up. Does look like the news is probably going to rip down first and then rip back up. That's what I'd look to see. NQ. I want to enter. Well, I don't want to enter something, but I see opportunity here, but also there's tremendous risk. Just because really our zone that so we got a weekly open around 336 on the index. I mean, that's pretty up there. So if it gets up there, that's pretty crazy. What's up? Okay. Is that I'm streaming, so I'll see you in a little bit. Hey buddy, you got the dog with me. You go hang out with Tony. I was brought the dog, so now Rex is in control. It's about to get crazy. 926. All right. I almost want to get aggressive there on that. Should have sold that 26th level. Yeah. No, the index is hitting kind of a key level. Yeah. So we might see a rip down because the index is hitting kind of a key level. I don't have my Rex Dog Maximus chart. I just like to say that way. Let's see what we're looking at here for Rex Dog Maximus. You little inbred chart. Bam. Hitting the weekly RDA, we almost should just sell this just out of principle. Just out of raw principle, we should be selling
Order
this.
filled.
Just because it's at the weekly RDA. So let's not get too aggressive here in case it rips up here and does some kind of crazy move. But out of sheer principle, just hitting the weekly RDA, we need to sell it. I mean, we got to respect that level. Thanks for Tolman. Thanks for bringing that up. Appreciate it. Didn't see that. Didn't have my chart, Super Maximus chart up. So I would have missed that signal. We'll see if that holds. But that's what we're going to trade against here. Not going to get too aggressive because we're about 2 minutes into the first hour OR close. Yep. So for those that are wondering what I'm seeing, I'm going to show you a super busy chart. This is Rex Dog Maximus. It has every time frame indicator that we would care about. You can see here the index is hitting the weekly RDA. So that's our signal. That's why we're selling. That's why I'm selling. I don't know about we. That's why I'm selling. We expect a reaction. So now if I do a deeper analysis to say, okay, I need to be prepared to scale in all the way up to 242, which is pretty high. But, you know, we'll see. Almost I should, based on that holding up there, I should probably get out of this here. Maybe even reverse. But I'm going to give it an opportunity for it to be an overshoot. I will buy that. All right, we're going to see if we can ride it up. Looks like it's going to hold the momentum. Not going to give it much room, though. Go up, dude. You can do it. So we're starting a little early there. See if we can ride that up. If we get lucky. Actually, let's not use the word luck. If we are on the right side of the trade, I don't think in luck, so I don't know why I said that. I'm going to actually just have it be close because I don't trust that I'm on the right side of this trade yet. I think it looks like we are, but there we go. All right. So now out of principle, we have to sell it up here somewhere. I just don't know where yet. All right, there we go, the 9:30 hour. We're going to give a little bit opportunity for vol to hit. I want to get 2 minutes into the 9 o'clock hour, or the 9:30. So 9:32. So for those that are new, you'll see links to Discord down below the video. Join Discord. That's where we have the best conversations. We are looking to sell this here, and we're looking to sell GC a little bit higher. We're looking to buy GC down around 1841 for initial reaction. We do have a strong level on GC at 1835. We look at the NQ. You know, we're kind of stuck between this weird zone here where we do expect a sell-off here based on the weekly RDA test. We do have a previous week open there. So in some ways,
Order filled.
I don't want to get too aggressive here. So, but I would expect a reaction here, but we might be on the wrong side of this. We don't have a counter signal yet. So I'm not trading heavy until I have a counter signal. We don't have a counter signal yet. Russell's maybe hitting another level. So there we go. The first counter signal possibly, but we're fading this move. So I'm fighting momentum every step of the way. So it's either going to really sell off here or it's going to use this level to maintain momentum. Yeah, it's starting to get the vol I like to see though. All right. Now the question is, will the vol go down or will the vol go up? That's the question. Yeah. It's just not cooperating or going down.
Order filled.
All right. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm watching. I mean, it should react around this zone. That's the question. That's what we're expecting. But it might, I mean, once again, the buyers are stepping up. You know, the buyers are thinking that this level is an awesome level. So,
order filled.
From what I can see on the other charts, on kind of the base charts. Got our first level there. We're in 1. Got something to trade against. Let's see if we can trade against that. There we go. That's the sell-off we kind of want to see. Now the matter, can we actually do we believe that level? Is it going to do a deeper pullback? That's the question. So, you know, our pullback zone could be down to 129 if it does really get aggressive. But I'm only in 1 lot. I should have done 3 there. Need to start trading size here. I'm not going to give it much room here because it might hit the momentum check here on chart 2 at 210. So we'll give it a little bit of room there. Go down. Should have been bigger. size wise. I keep saying that. Yeah, I mean, this is the sell signal. Ordinarily, if I was kind of fully clear headed, I know I keep mentioning that, but honestly, that's why because I'm not fully clear headed. So I'm not trading. I don't want to get on the wrong side of a trade and then not be clear headed and have to focus and trade myself out of something when I'm not fully clear headed. So, and also you guys are seeing me still deal with I'm still working on not being super fader man, and trade the system, not fight the system, so I don't have another bad day like I did that previous Thursday. So, I'm transparent about what I do here. So I'm for those that are just joining. I had a bad Thursday. I've had negative trading habits that have been plaguing me for about 2 years that I hadn't come to head except for one day where I lost about 39 grand. I did make it back the next day, but I'm not used to having days like that. That's really rare for me. So I'm coming off that treatment, and I'm coming off that. I did share, if you go back in YouTube, you're interested, I shared my philosophy, how I had to look in the mirror and say, okay, what am I doing wrong? So for those that are kind of new or watching, you're seeing someone in the midst of working on quashing a two-year bad habit of fading the market too much. So I'm getting back to the fundamentals of my system instead of fighting my system. So my aggressive trading isn't as much as it usually is what I'm saying. So CL looks like it's coming up to a zone here. It's got a level up here that we might want to sell above. So, I'm not doing too good at riding these levels up, but around 7842, probably want to be a seller above there for at least a reaction there on CL. So this, pretty obvious 5-minute level. The NQ, what did we think here? The lag, NQ was 220 and you entered at 1228. Yeah. Look, so I will add the voice channel on Discord. So I'll connect voice. So the voice has no lag. So, for those that are members that are trading along, the voice actually has no lag. TradingView has some lag, and YouTube has a little bit of lag. Maybe I'll find a solution that doesn't have any lag. So I'm open to people if you say, hey, this solution has no, it's not my connection. I can tell you that much. So it's not a lack of bandwidth. That's not the problem. So all right, CCL, see that move there? It's about to hit that level there. So once we get above that level, we'll start looking. So NQ here, it's got a little bit of room there. Should sell right around here. Should get rid of these sales. They're invalid. So let's see if we can sell this level if it pops up here. It's using the RDA and chart 2. Yeah, it's not being aggressive enough. All right, there we go. CL is about to hit that level. Obviously on the 60, there's a high there on the 60. Anybody can see it's 78.59. So 78.59. So I'm looking to start right around for an overshoot. I'd scale in up to 79.58 right now. Let's see if we can see anything. Oh, Novia or Nov. Yeah, I'll look at that. So I'll look at that solution. Thanks for the share there. All right, we're about to get into some trades here. Things have calmed down. We're past the 939.
Order filled.
So let's see here. Let's sell that. We're selling that down to at least probably the 171 level. Well, maybe down to 92. We'll see. I want to see it. I don't want to see a close above 1212 on the NQ. So I'll scale in there, but we don't want to see above a 212 close on the NQ to stay in that trade. We're looking for a level test around 190. So, all right, there's a little bit of a sell-off. So do we go long around 190? I think what we look at is maybe 184 is where we maybe potentially look to go long. But we do have the weekly RDA test that it might be reacting to, so we need to be careful for a bigger sell-off. The golden time frame, I mean, if we're going off that, you know, I just released a member video on that, the philosophy of the golden time frame. If you haven't watched that video and you're a member, you need to watch that video. It's in the 4-chart setup. So, for instance, I'm using chart 3 levels as far as telling me, giving me kind of secret clues of what the market's trying to do. And obviously chart 3 level is 190. So this 190 level here, which is an extreme band here, is kind of an important level for where the market's currently at right now in this given time. So if you've watched that video, the 60-minute, the golden time frame video, you'll obviously understand why.
Order filled.
Now, we do not want to see a close above. If we get a close above this 222, then we're out of this trade. There we go. Don't want to see a close above that level. I don't like country, dude. Stop playing country. Sorry, my new music Friday was playing country. Country's the one music that I just don't really enjoy. There you go. Let's tighten up our stops. Well, I want to see a close below. There we go. All right, let's tighten up our stops. Give it an opportunity to move a little bit, but let's not take a loss on this trade. There we go. Rip down, dude. You can do it. Do one rip down. You can do it. See, you got strength. You got the strength of 2 men. Take us out. There you go.
Stop filled.
All right.
Stop filled.
Doing okay. A little bit there. Let's see if we can get picked up back on the pullback here. Let's not get too aggressive on that. Play around that level there. It's trying to sell off, but it's also finding buyers. Yeah, easy. That's pretty good. I like that scaling. I like scaling. Thanks for sharing your charts, Easy. They give me a different perspective on the market. I mean, I can look at it real quick and I can kind of see how you're seeing the market. So it helps me kind of then get out of tunnel vision. Ah, look at that. It's sold off and we're not part of that. It's tragic. It is a tragedy. Not being part of a move is a literal tragedy in trading. All right, let's see if we can do this. Yeah. I need to start doing the Globex. I used to have written down the overnight high and low and all this other stuff, and you know, and I do like people coming up and commenting on my trading style every now and then and what I do, but then they can't share a stream of them trading and showing that I'm. But there's a million ways to trade the market, so it's like, have you seen that dude with like the 60 screens? I showed my nephew that last night. That guy's insane. He's got like 60 screens or something. What is his name? I'll see if I can find him. But that dude's a next level of like trading that I look at. I'm like, this guy's insane. How does he do that? I mean, I know how he does it. he has his indicators. He only has 3 indicators, and he knows what he's looking at. And just like me, he can look at a chart in 1 second and say, okay, I should probably be this or this. Like when I'm really one with the market, I can just look at all the charts, all the 4 charts set up, and I know immediately what trade to get into. You know, but I have to be kind of totally mentally healthy, I should say, or my mind has to be completely at ease. I can't be waterlogged for that situation to happen.
Order filled.
There we go. Looks like we're going to move up on the NQ, so I want to see if we can catch that move. This might be a sell-off area, though, so I want to be kind of careful there because it looks like it's going to rip up, but it also looks like it could just sell off from here. So I'm not going to give it much room. I might get hit, might get knocked out on vol here. Let's get rid of this buy. I probably want to move this up here.
Stop
Yep.
filled.
Got knocked out on vol. So we do have that high there up here where I'm starting to short. That is the opening range high. So I would say the next trade on the sell side of the NQ is probably around that 228. I think it's going to try to get up to 228. You know, we obviously have a 219 level that is pretty important. So 219 is the first reaction zone. So it's almost, let's just trade momentum here. The chart is momentum long. So I should be thinking momentum and bias long anyways. But we do need to guard against, we know we're at the weekly RDA test. So since we know we're at the weekly RDA test, it might just be a little bit before it fully reacts there. It might, you know, because what's going to move the market there is obviously a larger capital order. Larger capital selling off. So we'll see. Now if we look at the up down, we're above the 0 line. It's a strong momentum day. We do see on the big tech above the VWAP, we have had one VWAP test. So I think we would wait for a rise up, or not a rise up, but we would wait for
Order filled.
a kind of like an extreme, probably around 980 on the big tech before we sell off. I need to put this in the other window so I actually can watch this. Did go long there with one lot. We'll see if we don't get kicked out on vol here. Putting my stops a little too close, obviously. Trading like a little schoolgirl. I don't know if that's the right term to use, but first time I ever used that term for trading, but I don't feel like I'm trading at size. So, oh, look at that. Volatility is kicking up a little bit. We're going to get knocked out of the loss on this trade. So do I believe that it's going to rise? That's the question. I know.
Stop filled.
Sometimes I say things and I just don't, not that I don't think, but I've never used trading like a little schoolgirl. I want to be long here, but I don't want to get aggressively long. That's the problem. So I do want to be long here on the NQ. I just don't want to get aggressively long because it's at that. So we'll look for a test here right around 12,200 equally. See if that's going to actually roll. So we'll get probably an opportunity if it does tag that level to get out of the trade if it's going to continue to sell off. So let's not get too aggressive. Might have to quickly bounce out of this trade if these levels don't hold. So we are looking at that level right around 196 to get filled on the first entry there. So need to be a little bit careful because it might just rip down here to a deeper level. So let's not be too aggressive on that entry. Give it a little bit of time. So we do expect a reaction here, but at the same time, this might be the sell-off from the RDA check on the weekly level, which is a strong weekly level. So we want to kind of be careful there. All right. Let me just tighten my stop. Yeah, I'm going to get knocked out of that. Yeah. Chart 2 is shifted momentum. So you got to think, is this a momentum shift or is this an overshoot? that's kind of the problem here right now, trading this zone. We do expect a reaction in this zone, but at the same time, the reaction hasn't been strong. So I'm going to get knocked out of that trade. We expect a reaction here on the downside, but it's not happening right away. Got to give it a little bit of room, but I can see a vol spike on the downside possibly hitting. So once again, the chart too has changed over, and you're thinking, is this a chart for a check? Because you do have a weak level down here. Actually, our weak level is really right around where most of my entries are here. So this is kind of where we'd want to really enter. So we might be a little early on that trade.
Order filled.
Got out. I mean, it might come up, but at the same time, it looks like it's going to sell off. So let's see what. Gold, we're kind of up there at that level. Gold is maybe hitting another. I'll put an entry in gold right around 1845, and then another entry right around 1843. I'm using chart 4 for that. We see CL starting to do what we expect, but the problem with CL is that it's got that high on the 60. So we know it. So it could hit that high, use that, and then jump up to 79.08. See what Yeezy said on this chart. I want to go to Yeezy's chart. Stream offline? Sorry, I'll see if it's offline. Sure. I don't know. It seems like it's online to me. Yeah. Seems online.
Order filled.
Here, I don't know. Where did I get filled? Okay, I got filled on the NQ. We're in 2 positions. Now, once again, we don't want to be too aggressive here. So we do expect a reaction here, but we don't want to be too aggressive.
Order filled.
Should have wrote that down. All right. Okay, let's see. Are we going to get whacked here? We are trading at a level. The problem is the next level is down to 132. So better react here. And we're now fading chart 2. So that's the question. Yeah. And we need to be a little bit lower there to fade that properly.
Order filled.
I should have wrote that down. So it's going to do one more rip down. I'm going to have to trade myself out of this kind of at the zone I should have been trading at, I think. It might give me an opportunity to get out at a break even here. And maybe a reversal. So we'll see. Maybe I'll reverse here. So we'll give me an opportunity to get out at break even and reverse. Let's see. The question is, is it going to bump up to...
Order filled.
So it did give me an opportunity to get out at kind of a break even. So now let's see if we can sell this here. Let's see if it's going to do an RDA check on chart 2. I could have rolled that up a little bit more. But now it really looks like it's going to either hit 155 or it's going to hit 133. It's kind of what it's looking for. But, so we're going to call the bluff on this move here.
Order filled.
On this rip up. We're going to basically call the bluff on this. We're going to say you're not going to rip up from here. You got another level down below that you want to hit. That another level is probably 132. At a minimum, probably what it wants is 154. But obviously, if it's doing like
Order
what
filled.
It's doing here, we can't call the bluff for too long. So our next entry is on chart 2, right around 210, 213. We're in 3 lots there. We are targeting potentially down. Our first profit area is 155. That's our first profit area if it does sell off on the NQ. So 155. Let's see if it gets there. We'll put a buy right down there. And then our next profit area is 134 if it gets down there. We are planning a little bit of a head here, but 136, 134. Has to sell off here, though. Can't close above 212 for that to go down. So that's what we're focusing on here. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Fed call does start in 5 minutes. So I think maybe, anytime there's kind of Fed news, there's always a possibility of like, the Fed saying something that obviously the market will react to. It could be just a single word, right? So, like, you never know. And, now they have AI and algorithms listening to these calls and they're deciphering sentiment and everything else. They're reading the report right away, and then algorithms are trading off of that. Maybe I'll get permission to share a story about a hedge fund that I visited. I should ask them if I can share that story. It's just an interesting insight. If you kind of like, as a retail trader, you're not really privy to a lot of things. But if you do get an opportunity to kind of maybe visit a hedge fund or a prop firm, you should take it. Because if you ever get the opportunity, someone ever invites you to visit their hedge fund or to visit their prop firm, just say yes. Even if you're not interested, just say yes. Just trust me. Because you're going to learn more about kind of the other side of trading than if you're just sitting in your little office at home or whatever. You're gonna get more insight about the market by just visiting a hedge fund and just watching, or a prop firm. Just so if you ever get invited, don't turn it down. So we are short here. We're short down to 155, and then we'd look to go long there. Sweet. Yeah, just, let's see if I can write this down. I'm gonna take this last stop. Can we break a G? That's the question. Where are we at on other buys? We're not near anything. The NQ. So, one of the things I had to overcome as a trader is having that one bad day. And, as a trader, what happens is that you maybe, when you start to become profitable, like you start to feel this little invincibility sometimes, especially if you're having like, let's say you have 10 days in a row where you're just profitable. You kind of start to have this, you can't almost help it because you feel like, okay, I figured this out. I've got the cheat code. So you feel like you have this cheat code, but then what happens is that you probably have one or two really bad habits that what then happens is that you just have a day that just profit. Well, we already did get knocked out on a trailing stop of 153 and then 136. Probably would look to go long at 136. Why? Because if you look on chart 4, that would be the first level test of that strong level. So that's what we'd be looking to do.
Order filled.
We did get picked up on the GC trade, so we'll give that a little bit of room. We do have the Russell. We are looking to position in the Russell.
Filled.
Did get stopped out there on the NQ trade. Let's see if this probably should do, probably not probably. Let's get rid of these GC trades here. Once again, we're doing a heavy fade on GC because that GC trade, it held the 1 hour. What we're looking for, just so for members, so you know what I'm trading against. I'm trading against chart 2, the level. And then what I'm looking for is another RDA test on chart 3, the golden time frame. So I'm fading that GC trade. That's a fade trade. I should be with momentum, but I see a potential downward test of the RDA again. So I'm willing to scale into one more position, kind of above where you see it at 1850. I'm willing to go into 3 here. Got knocked out of the NQ trade, so we need to decide, are we going to sell the NQ again? If we are, we probably want to sell it up here right around 1210, 210, sorry, 210, 210. 210 is the next sell area for the NQ. It's kind of that can today. Seems to be going off and on. There we go. I'm back. Can you hear me stream? All right. I'm not part of any sell. Well, I am in GC on one lot. We will put a trailing stop there, not give it a lot of room. And then if we get takeout on that trailing stop, then we'll look to start over above. Streams are back up. Sorry, like I said, it's not my connection. Well, it could be, but I highly doubt it is my bandwidth. Highly doubt that. I will look for another potential solution, obviously. But I do enjoy streaming. I'm enjoying streaming now with my trading style because I can trade my trading style. I'm still not obviously aggressively trading like I typically am because like I said before, or like I shared before, I'm still, when I get over treatment, my mind isn't exactly clear. And I know I'm mentioning that more and more nowadays. I usually, like I said, I shared a long time ago, look, I don't want the fact that I have cancer or whatever to be kind of like a major topic of conversation. But I get treatment every 2 weeks. So it's like it comes up every 2 weeks. So like it affects me health-wise and mentally when I get cancer treatment, for a couple days. But as you can see here, I got it on Monday and we still live streamed, we still traded, we still did stuff. So I just keep moving on. Like I just say, okay, I try to offset it with good nutrition and just like, what's that move? What's is that Shawshank Redemption? Get busy living or get busy dying? What is that saying? All right, we're in GC. We're looking to get into one more position. We did get knocked out of that trade, but really this is probably where we should have entered. I will go one more, a little bit higher. So if it does rip up here, GC, I'm willing to scale in up to 1852, but I'm going to be out of that trade pretty quick if it does sell off. So the NQ, really we probably should be trading more around this level here. So let's move up our NQ sells right around 1216. Now, do have to be mindful of that. We're going into we are going into the second hour close. Yeah. No, thanks, Jane Wick. Yeah. No, I mean, I guess I just don't want you to think of it as an excuse. Like, obviously, if you're not mentally fit, you shouldn't be trading. So, but that's why, if you look at my P&L, for instance, you're going to see days where I'm like 29,000, up to maybe 100 grand here and there. You'll see some 10 grands and then you'll see some 3 grands. Well, those are days where, like today, where like, look, I'm a trader. I'm going to trade. But I also know that my mental state is kind of fragile because of my kind of the treatment. So I just don't want to get into a position where I'm emotionally trading. And so I'm, the way I reduce that is just limit my position size and just trade kind of the way I'm trading now. So I'd still be, people would ask, or maybe you're wondering, I'd still be trading even if I wasn't streaming. So this isn't unusual. I'm not just trading just to stream. I would be trading regardless. So I'm glad that I can stream now with my trading style because I'm fully comfortable streaming. Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you, Jane. Just trying to give context. But that's why sometimes on my, and I say that in my P&L on my page on my website, I say, hey, look, you know, some days I'm trading fully, my mind is fully engaged or fully there, and other days I have to make sure that I limit risk by trading a little bit smaller sizes. So the Russell, we're looking for this here. We do look and see the internals. It almost looks like it's going to sell off here. So I think we
Order
probably
filled.
need to sell here. Well, we don't need to, but I think we should sell here. It does look like it's going to sell off. It looks like Big Tech's going to try to do a VWAP test. So we want to see if it's going to hit that 153 level. So there we go. We're just in one lot. I was hoping we get pick up for two, but let's see if we can get picked up for two at this level right around 191. Nope, it's not going to pick us up, I don't think. Maybe, but we'll see. Only on one lot down. Should have probably entered three lots there. A little bit larger size, but see if we get picked up on a pullback here on momentum at 19125 on NQ. Selling that down to 153. 153, we'd look to maybe do a quick scalp. Our real level that we're really watching is right around that 13325. 13325 is kind of the real level that we'd be watching. Should cancel all in the market now. So there we go. We're gonna ride this down, hopefully down to. I think we focus on the 129. 129 is the area that we really want to be buying. 128. So that would be an overshoot. Maybe a little aggressive on that entry, so we might not get picked up there. But let's see if we can ride this one lot down. GC has two. We have two positions in GC. I think I should probably get out of that GC trade as far as up above, and then put some trailing stops a little close for it to sell off, because we are fading momentum there. We're fading bias and momentum on the GC trade. So I'm going to put my stops a little bit close, just because there's a momentum check now, as you can see. So GC is doing them, like, we're fighting momentum every step down here on GC. So, you know, we're really doing a momentum trade here. Now, I will, if this pops up back to 192,
Stop filled.
I'll sell it again, the NQ. So obviously it used the extreme band there for a check there. So I'll sell this here.
Order filled.
We'll continue to sell this down. I think it's on a movement down, so we'll call the bluff on the NQ move up here. We'd probably call the trade done if it gets up above 200 and closes above 200. So we don't want to get too aggressive, because it might use that level for an overshoot.
Order filled.
Because that is a level on the 5 minute. It did tap
filled.
the yeah. So we got knocked out of that GC trade. It did tap the 50% OR on the 5. So that's what we're watching. So don't want to get too aggressive here on this sell yet, because it might just use that level to actually rip up. So I might get out if it retests 8350 and it holds above 8350. I might just get out. So it's holding the momentum. So that was the answer there of the extreme band and the actual 50% first OR test. So now, what do we expect on the NQ? What am I trading on the NQ? Well, obviously I'm trading the expectation that it's going to
Stop filled.
It's going to sell off here and do a double check, and then maybe do an RDA check. There's a level right there on the 5 minute too, like at 148. That would be. Let me think. Let me look. Not think. Let me look. What is the case for a 148 test? $146. So, okay, NQ, I guess we'll trade against the 132, so we'll be calling the
Order
bluff on
filled.
this move up here. But you know, it's really got to sell off up here. Like at if it hits the 208 area, it's really need to sell off there. So like it can't be impulsing up. This is a fade trade, so I'm just being a little careful. You know, I stayed up for a day straight in a trade once because I was trading crypto and it kept going up. I kept selling. And eventually I was right. Actually, I was right about 12 hours after it got so painful I got out of the trade. And it ripped like down like 80%. And that happened 12 hours out, and I could have stayed in the trade. But it got like I was up for a day straight. And just thinking, you know, I was doing that little argument that you do in your head. Oh, it can't go any higher. Sellers got to sell here. Who's buying at this level? What idiot's buying at this level? You know, I'd be going through that argument. What idiot's buying at this level? Like, you know, going through that little argument with myself, and then get a chance to get out maybe at like you know, instead of losing like 40 grand, you get a chance to lose just like 10 grand. Just didn't take it. And then it comes back down to 10 grand again. You get another chance, but you didn't take it. Yeah. So I've suffered through that. I think most traders that have made it have a story like that. So we are
Order filled.
still calling the bluff on this pull. We might be wrong here, though. Obviously, it might be going for the OR 50. It might be going for the OR high. So I am fading this a little aggressively. Yeah, on BTC last night. Yeah, well, that sell-off, I had to trade myself out of a trade on Sound. I kind of started early on a swing or on a quick reaction trade, and that reaction trade didn't unfold as I thought it was. All right, so now the problem is, like, we're on the wrong side of this trade and it's not selling off at all, so we should have reversed. So
Order filled.
we can get a chance to get out here on a check. That's the question. Still see the downside on it, so I'd still see weakness, but I might have to scale in here very elegantly is maybe the word I would use. All right. Let's move this one down. Let's see if we can get in profit. You know, it's a lot easier to hold a trade when you're in profit. How long it takes to learn trading? I'm a beginner.